And are we there? I don't know if the microphone. Let's test it.
Can you guys hear us?
Friends, reach out. Are we on the main scene? And can you actually hear us? Gosh,
No,
we really
I
have to
can't.
master
Look.
this.
I can't. We can't hear each other. I don't even see us yet. We are. All right.
Ha!
Can you guys hear us? They can.
It's very exciting.
Oh, this is
so
great.
Get this down.
We're doing so great. I'm so proud of us. We are. I'm
And
so
I learned
proud of
that's
us.
my saying. Are we?
Yes.
Am I?
I mean, first of all, let's
This
be
is so
real.
new. Yeah.
We're doing the what am I trying to say? We're filming.
Yes.
We're speaking.
And
we're writing.
It was on a whim. Like, we're like, one day, like, we should do a podcast. We should do this. We should do that.
I love it.
And I love that we just went for it. And I was coaching an agent this week, and I said, you know, what I realized is, I go, just whatever you do, make sure you don't have paralysis by analysis.
Yeah,
and
just
so
do it.
we decided not to do that.
Just
Good
do
or bad,
it.
friends.
Just do it.
And we appreciate you
So
sticking
much.
with us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But this is the fun part
It's
of
the
it.
fun part.
So hi, I'm Donitza Halverson.
And I'm Kelly Freer, and you're joining us for Corner of the Market
Market.
with Kelly and Donitza.
Yeah.
And we're so grateful you're here. And we are getting it all together.
You know what?
Our
You say
lighting,
that every time.
We're getting
It together.
like in 5 years when we're on Ellen, as you always say.
You know,
That's her
but,
bar. Yeah. Just so you know,
Ellen will-
that is Donitza's bar. When we're on Ellen, we
I just
made
wanna be
it
on
matter,
Ellen.
and yeah, it happened. And so when we're on Ellen, be like, we're totally getting it together.
I love it.
It's probably going to happen. So anyway, lots going on. Super fun.
Wow.
Last week of our, and I have some updates for you.
I'm so excited.
I'm
excited.
I actually have some questions because I held some stuff back. We talk a lot about work and life and kids and yeah. But I had some questions for this week, and I'm like, nope. We're keeping this real. Yeah. I'm going to ask on our podcast.
Okay.
And because I bet, I've always said this in life, I bet if I have a question, somebody else has a question, right? Or my failure, my success, somebody else has that failure, success, and we're all trying to figure it out, right? And so I kind of held it back, but I might have digressed a little bit, but we'll talk about that.
So let's first talk about the market.
Yeah.
Today was an awesome day. We went to our finance forum in California. It's called SAR, Sacramento Association of Realtors. And every month, once a month, they have amazing speakers.
It is the best meeting I've ever gone to.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do it right, but they have such great updates. I feel like that I get something out of everything. We have amazing speakers, and if nothing else, I get what I have to go back and learn because our business is always changing. Oh my gosh.
I mean, 24/7.
Every day.
Right?
And it's really hard to stay up on everything, so you kind of have to rely on your resources.
Well, you do. I mean, otherwise, all we were doing is reading new guidelines, and
we never do
we
loans.
wouldn't have time to do loans.
Yeah, we wouldn't do loans or help our partners or agents. We would
Yeah.
actually just be studying guidelines all the time. So lots of stuff. And it was great. So one of my guys, Leah Whitney, he is amazing.
Yeah.
Always a great speaker that updates us on different things. And so what I got from him today is the updates are so big, you should go read the guidelines. He couldn't even go over all the updates.
He had so many.
He had so much. He's like, I could spend so much time. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, it was great.
It narrows it down for me what I have to go dig into.
But it really hit home on the specific statistics of credit scores and all these things you're going to talk about. So let's
a lot of VA updates, which VA veterans administration.
Loans,
That's my favorite loan because it's our way to give back. I didn't serve, and so I love taking care of those that did, and I appreciate and respect them. Thank you, veterans.
Yes.
And so and so many veterans don't take advantage of that benefit.
They don't know that they have it. They just don't. I mean, 100% financing. So we can even pay for their closing costs. There's just so much.
And they have limited fees and limited everything. I mean, it's really great. So veterans, please talk to us. Talk to your lender, but us.
Yeah.
Really.
100%.
Yeah, because we do. We really take care of our veterans. And everybody but veterans, it's the way we give back.
So let's go to the first topic.
That was the VA thing. And then went into Freddie and Fannie lenders,
Freddie Mae,
Freddie Mac,
Fannie Mae,
and there's a lot of acronyms. We try not to use them.
No, we just talked about that.
Yeah, and so lots of little changes, but those didn't seem to be as big. The VA has some big ones. They're not bad, but as lenders, we just need to know. So we're keeping our files up to date.
I thought the most interesting thing was the credit scores.
You're talking about FHA.
Yeah. So it's a government loan. And it was very interesting. Well, before the FHA, they talked about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac conventional loans.
Yes.
That the credit scores in the last year have been 680.
Yeah.
So that's the average credit score is 680.
That's down for sure.
That's down.
Yeah, because we had tightened the reins so much. Right. With that said, I don't feel like 680 is that bad.
No.
Like I don't.
I mean, I understand you're not going to get the best of the credit score, or your rate. But I think that the point of it is that there's small little tweaks that you can do to increase your credit score.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel that when you're looking to buy a home, talk to us.
Yes.
Sooner than later. And the worst thing is people say, oh, well, we're going to put an offer on today. We've already discussed this, right? And so now we're trying to get them pre-qualified. If we had 30 days to help them.
Really? With 90 days?
Okay,
if I had 90 days, oh my gosh.
We
could 30 for sure.
But we could be in the 700s and above, right?
Hopefully.
And it's simple things like paying down your debt or whatever. But when I heard that the average credit score in a conventional loan in the last year was 680, I was blown away.
It's a little low. Yeah.
So,
well, and with that said, FHA.
Which is a government loan.
That's where we go when we have some issue, maybe, especially credit score. And so it protects our clients.
Or like a foreclosure.
Yeah,
or short sale,
you have something
less
that we're
time
overcoming.
Yes.
Yeah, simplest term, something we're overcoming.
Yes.
But what I learned is that we actually, it's on this page. I'm gonna refer to my notes because it's actually that big.
I mean, this just happened today.
Yeah, it did. And so as of just March, so last year in 2018, the big thing with FHA, the majority, 60% were refis and they were cash out. So that's a sign of the times.
Yes.
We've gone back a little bit, but it happens.
And we've talked about it.
Average score 670, which I actually thought for FHA was kind of high.
That is high.
I thought it wasn't bad.
What's our debt to income ratio?
Yeah, the debt to income is like over
51%.
Yeah, no, I think it was higher. It 52. Was even higher. Yeah,
52%.
Which is kind of crazy because those are the people that need the most protection because they run the risk of they have lower credit scores, so they're maybe not as financially savvy or fiscal, or we want to really make sure we're taken care of. And now we're pushing the limits on so many levels. I like to think as a responsible lender, when I'm talking to somebody and tell me, I'm sure you're going to tell me, when I'm talking to a client, I'm excited when I've got, 2 state workers or just out of college, 2 people, and I know their income is only going to improve. Yeah, increase in the next few years. And then I'm like, okay, and maybe you don't have kids yet, or you're just first one, or, we're just going into that phase. Then I'm okay pushing the limits a little because now we have this and our income's only going to increase and we're just going to get better. What scares me is when I have somebody come in and like, we got this debt, that debt, and we're like 52%, my credit score 640, or, whatever phase in life, and you already know they're maybe struggling a little, and now
I think you and I in this industry, we never want to put a client into that high debt to income ratio.
It actually causes me physical pain.
Right.
Like I don't sleep as well.
But the more I thought about this,
depends on the life scenario.
Okay, I have several times just put the husband on the loan and not the wife. Okay.
Agree.
And so we're not including her income.
Yes, her income.
But we are including her debt.
Yes.
Which is why the debt to income ratio is higher.
Or I thought of this today. We didn't even talk about this. I thought of this today. There's sometimes we're like, oh, they're going to pay that off in 2 months or this or that. So we're counting debt that isn't actually real.
Right.
So this is typical where numbers are kind of skewed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's weird the government does that.
The last couple FHA loans I've done, which is why I thought about this, was
not accurate reporting.
I didn't add one of the spouse only because of their credit scores were low. but they probably make more money than this primary borrower. And so their debt to income ratio is a lot lower.
While the numbers seem a little bit negative, it might be just us,
we just are structuring
loans, the best scenario for the client.
Yeah.
And it's not actually giving true statistics.
Well, numbers are numbers. They're not. Oh, they're never 100%
it's
accurate.
Worth looking at, but
it was interesting.
Let's not get scared.
The credit score part.
Yeah.
I was actually impressed. FHA had higher credit scores than I thought they would.
Yes.
I thought it would be
conventional was lower.
I thought it would be in the 600 range.
I agree.
But I was shocked that conventional was lower.
Yeah.
But that's because I think the mortgage insurance companies have been a little more flexible on the mortgage insurance, which is why a lot of lenders have taken loans from FHA.
And we're saying so much. I know we're sharing so much, but yeah, it's a lot.
But this was great.
It was
great.
I will say, we try to keep, especially for this show or this series, we're I know sometimes we're a little behind. Our little series is all about healthy for the soul and positive, so I want to keep it really positive. But the other big update today that I thought was great information was about homeowners insurance.
Yes.
And for friends of ours that are in California, we had a lot of friends in California, and we had a rough year.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was really rough. And hopefully we've come out of that a little because we came out of our 10-year drought. And we are making some environmental changes in how we manage our forests a little bit. That's happening.
Absolutely.
But I did come out with some big updates that I've been sharing.
Making comments while you're talking.
Yes, I've been sharing. There you go. Jesus. I got a lot of information about as much as we knew how bad the fires were. So we had our the Carr Fire, which was Paradise, California, and then we had the Southern California fires at the same time. Really, really big deal.
Yes.
And I respect it. I mean, how much can the insurance companies give up?
Well, that's the thing.
And stay?
We've had Santa Rosa fire. We have Paradise. Fires.
And Santa Rosa was the year before.
Yeah.
So we're just talking 2018 with the Carr Fire, which my fun fact tidbit I've learned. We'll see if my firefighter friends on Facebook correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate that the Carr, C-A-R-R fire, was named because it started on the street where the fire begins. That's what you learned. Right. Yes,
you are correct.
And I checked out, talked to a few firefighter friends, and that's how the firefighters are named. So when you're wondering, it's a Carr Fire. It's not a car. It didn't start in a car. No. That's the street the fire started. Yeah. And so we hear these fire names. Yeah. But with that said, right now I think the insurance companies in California to date have paid out about $15 billion. That's with a B. If I didn't enunciate well.
Billion.
That's with a B. And they're expected for this payout to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $19 billion for these couple fires. Oh my gosh, we lost. I'll bore you all with a few facts.
Say it. It's great.
17,595 partial losses, and that's residential, and over 10,000 total home losses. In California last year. Crazy. And then this is a thing I think a lot of us forget about, or we don't reflect on because it's not as personal. We had about 1,500 commercial properties that were partial losses, and over 350 commercial that were total. And you can only imagine that the cost of those is so significant. Yeah. So you can see how that's going to make some changes. So what that's doing for us in our market, and we'll try to spin this into our positive stuff after this. But what that's doing is it's having insurance companies, of course, reflect on, are they renewing policies? Are they making tighter requirements? Are they raising premiums?
Well, and everyone right now should really call their insurance agent
and do it
and reevaluate your policy. Gosh. Because the sad thing was, so these people had these home fires, right?
Yeah.
And their house was covered, but their cars were in the driveway.
That was parked in the driveway. The second or third auto,
you're done. I mean, some of them didn't cover half of that.
I will share, I might be wrong in the date, but I'm pretty close. So my father-in-law that I've mentioned a few times had a total loss. And so I just finished his claim this met with the attorney I think a couple days ago. And so he had lived in his home for 52 years, had just moved to Paradise, had finished his move literally 1 week before, moved everything in. He had parked his 67 Cutlass Olds that had 36,000 miles on it that all the grandkids were fighting for. And he just had PLMPD because it was for sale. He never driving it. It was in the driveway. I don't even know what it was worth, but it wasn't insured in the right way, and so that was just a total loss. Like it never happened, and we have pictures of it just sitting there in the driveway.
It's sad.
So it's really sad. So and reach out to your insurance agent.
And that's the thing, as you know, we are mortgage specialists, right? Like I always tell my clients, like it's you get what you pay for, right? And so everyone's always looking for the best deal. And so I get, my client gets a quote, and then we get a couple other quotes, right? But the thing is that make sure you're covered. What does it matter if you have insurance if you don't have coverage? If it doesn't cover anything? So
they say a lot of insurance companies are probably pulling out in certain areas in California. So as mortgage lenders, as real estate agents, as realtors, we're having to reflect on the areas we're serving.
Yes.
And making sure our clients are fully educated and making sure they really talk to their insurance agent. So they said a big thing, people are doing higher deductibles and the clearing, which was 100 feet. Is now they're like, we want 200 feet for clearing for the house in brush.
So basically what that means is 200 feet from your house, you have
it's got to be clear.
Bulldozed and have no brush or any of that. Yeah. Because I've had a couple clients.
And that can help your rate.
Yeah. I've had a couple clients where after they've closed, the insurance company drives by and says.
And that was the other thing.
Drives by and says, we're going to cancel your policy if you don't get this done by such and such date. Yeah.
So it's a big deal. So that's the other thing. They're pulling out of some areas, these companies, rightly so. I mean, $19 billion is a lot. I mean, how much can a company give up, or even multiple companies, or they're restricting. Some companies can only do so much insurance in a neighborhood. Areas. Yeah, and again, I respect it.
Yeah,
and then they're actually doing more inspections than ever.
Well,
they're driving by for both new policies and renewals.
Sure.
So this was not the intent of our show today.
No, but
we had an amazing meeting.
And it was great, and we needed to talk about it.
To be relevant.
Yeah.
And we want to add value in the mortgage and realtor, everything you do. And it's really important. And the finance affiliate meeting, Sacramento Association of Realtors, is pretty amazing. It really is.
I agree.
I don't love meetings, and we don't like being lectured. We're lenders. Like, we don't want to sit there and take notes ever. But it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then next week's going to be, I was almost going to say even worse, but we got so much out of today. Next week, what's Wednesday? It's our legislative day.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend the day listening to what the legislatures are.
I'm excited about that.
I am too.
We might actually go a little live on that and just do a little
blip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on Wednesday.
Wednesday all day.
So
we probably 8 to 8. I bet we're out there.
Yeah, we're there. We're going to be there at 8:30. It starts.
But it's really good, and it's important for us to be very involved and know.
We are.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be relevant so people know what's going on. So okay, on to that. So on to our Healthy for the Soul.
Healthy for the Soul.
Yeah.
So how are we doing with your progress?
Okay, so I'm doing really good on the personal thing, but what I found. It's okay. Don't mind that. What I have found is that I am constantly drawn back to the business, and I'm always.
So you're focusing on business and not focusing on yourself.
I'm trying to focus on myself.
Okay.
But I get drawn. So I am writing my 25 sentences every day on what I'm doing personally,
right?
And I'm sticking with that, and I am continuing to read. I'm reading personally and some business. I have a really fun book that I was going to share with you.
Okay.
I'm supposed to have it wrapped up so I can give it to you. It's really, really good.
I can't
wait. So that's all Healthy for the Soul stuff, and I'm super excited. But I realized that something that's really important to me professionally that will help me personally in all my aspects of life, I'm like, I have to hit that goal, and that will make all these other things it'll give me a Zen moment.
Yes,
and so I started adding. So, I have my notebook, I told you. So I start writing I'm focused on personal. I've got to focus on me a little bit. And so I'm focused on my 25 sentences. And then I just flip that over. And on the back of that, I write 25 more sentences on just a business thing that I'm focused on because I kind of need that.
Okay.
Like it drives me and it gives me the, energy.
See, but what's exciting to me is that you're actually like, well, I need to do this personal, but then I've got this business. So you're actually excited about this is great.
I'm hyper focused. Like I really am.
Okay.
And I have two very, very specific goals. And so I'm really,
I love it.
Yeah. And it's nice. And I am writing them like they're done. And now I'm just like, what if I don't get them done by the time I
then you just
am I gonna have a meltdown? I don't know.
No, my
we might have to go another series. I don't know.
But we'll come back. But the point of it is you are doing something.
And you know what I have found in life when I push myself to a limit, because I always say when I took this leap of faith right before my kids went to college and I decided to go 100% commission and leave the bank and all that. Failure was not an option, which actually is a good driver for me. And so I kind of feel that way with this. Like failure is not, I don't allow myself to fail. So I'm going to do what it takes to hit those goals.
So, I know that you had a girls' weekend and I just had a girls' weekend.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you that it was life-changing for me.
Mine was too.
Crazy. And it was, honestly, we could have not have been the most different personalities, right?
Oh my gosh.
And I think we all put everyone on a pedestal, right? But we all have faults. Yeah. We all have our weaknesses. And
we all have scars. Some are visible, some are inside.
And you know what the cool thing was about it is, just connecting with these women that are mothers, wives, successful women. And I have to tell you that I left that weekend, first of all, respecting these women more than I, ever.
Agree.
It was incredible.
Well, I didn't even know all mine. Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, I didn't even know all of them. And I met these amazing, powerful women.
Right.
And some I knew and some I didn't. And all these different people from all different walks of lives. Yeah. And you come out appreciating different. And when you take that moment, and I hate to say this, but we happened to be in Mexico. It was just over the weekend. It was so fabulous, a couple weeks ago. And it's like makeup off. Like it was literally, we were all like makeup off. Like nobody was wearing makeup. And you're in the pool and you're just talking. And you're just keeping it super real. And family and friends aren't there to judge. And nobody's going to correct. And it was very genuine and real. And it actually changed me.
Yeah.
Like it really changed me.
I agree because
and I opened my horizons.
But like so you look at certain people, right? And I'm bringing this up because so you have this one person and oh my God, they have the beautiful house, they have all this and that.
They have everything.
But we all have our own weaknesses. We all have our own struggles, right? And when you get, 6 women together
or 9.
In a house.
I was with 9.
Okay, you were with 9. We were at 6.
Yeah.
But it was genuinely like, I could honestly say right now, I love those women. Like, they all have a special place in my heart.
I agree.
They all have their unique ways about them. And they all have their own weaknesses, which makes us more real. Because
sure.
we look at people and we're like, oh my God, they've got everything put together and they're so amazing, and we don't realize that they're actually real people and they have struggles.
Because we all think everybody else has everything.
But I have to tell you, if there is one thing as women, I don't know, in your late 40s, early 50s, and probably when I turn 60, I'll say the same thing. You should do a girls' weekend once a year. Because it honestly is life-changing.
I can honestly say, though, I've never had one where it was so real and so like I experienced. And I will say, I don't know if it'll be good or bad if the women that I'm, you might be able to know. You might not know who I'm talking about, but the women I had the privilege of hanging out with for a couple days, the one I would say is like, one of the ones that I would say is definitely the strongest. Now I'm like, oh, definitely has her weakness. And the one I would say, wow, she is the one that needs the most help and the most recovery and the most friend. She actually probably has the most structured and strongest, and what general public would say, the healthiest life. And she's probably one of the happiest. And then the ones that just look so healthy and amazing, you just don't know what's going on inside. No. They have their own battles physically that they're dealing with, and they're warriors. They're just like plowing through every day and getting it done, and they're out on the beach doing yoga in the morning. And so everybody, we all want to reflect and judge. And I could sit at the breakfast table while enjoying my mimosa.
Which we did the same.
And you're looking around and you're just like, wow, I never would have thought that. I never would have thought that. Oh my gosh, that shocks me. And then we had the amazing honor of getting to share in a moment with a friend of mine whose sister passed on one that joined, and she only knew a couple people on the trip. And I can say this because she won't be upset with me, but we were on a boat excursion. There were only 7 of us left. 2 had gone home, and we had planned on spreading her sister's ashes a little bit out, because that's our commitment to her, that we would share them in beaches around the world. And so she's like, I'm going to do this. I'm like, that's okay, go ahead. And she goes, well, you think everybody will get upset? And I'm like, I think these women will be just so honored to be a part of this. And when I go, can I tell it? And she's like, oh my gosh. And then it ended up being like a connecting moment that I never could have imagined. And that we all just like dove in. And I think when you do keep it raw and you think about your life and your experiences, and you really bond on, I don't care if it's men or women or couples, like on any individual level, when you really keep it real and connect with the people around you. And I almost think you kind of have to disconnect a little to allow yourself, because our days get so busy that we don't have time. Like, I don't have time to pause and know if somebody needs connecting with today. But when you take that moment away, you're like, let's live in this moment. We all, nobody touched their phones other than the video. Nobody's checking text. Nobody's on the internet. I mean, we all were very in the moment so many times. And you can't, it's crazy. Like, you need that. And so that was probably, talk about healthy for the soul. That was probably the most real, that entire weekend.
And that's why I brought that up is that, you know, we have to take the time to pause.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're married, we spend time with our spouses. If you're not married.
But do you really live in the moment? Like, not you. I'm just saying in general, do any of us really live in the moment?
So, you know, I was telling my husband about this. And so it's like, I want to go. This is a very simple thing, but I'm a beach girl. I just want to go to the beach with my husband, sit in the lawn chair in the sand, and just check out. Because we actually sat and talked, and these women were amazing. I mean, I'm just, you know, every morning I think about this now. This event. And I know you do too, because we talk about it. And so all I can say is take a moment, you know. Pause.
And enjoy the moment.
And
appreciate and reflect on the people that you're surrounded by. You just might have no idea how much you value them or how amazing they are. And I just don't think we ever take the time to fully appreciate it.
You know, I have so many friends, and I know we need to stop soon, but I have so many friends. We're so caught up in work and in life that we're, you know, we're stressed and we're this and we're that. But it's like, and, you know, might be arguing and whatever not. But you know what? We have wonderful families and wonderful children, and obviously we picked each other if we are married as spouses or whatever not. And we just need to pause. Take a breath.
We might
look at each other.
That might have to be our next series.
Look at each other and just be grateful for having each other in our lives. And I appreciate you. Seriously, oh my gosh. Like,
we've had some stuff in the last couple of years. And we're very fortunate to have each other. I think that's how this all came about. And so we value that so much. And I am super, super grateful. And I do think our next series should be Pause and Reflect.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
I know. Sorry. But I love it because it's in business, personal, family, friends. So I have to give a quick shout out. I don't know if they're even on here because I think we're all new Facebook friends, but to my Cabo crew, I value, you've changed me forever, and I can't wait for our next trip. So shout out. And
to my wine tasting girls,
yes,
made me cry right now.
Yes,
but I just love and adore you all, and so grateful.
Yeah,
and oh my gosh, okay,
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So our next series, I think it's Pause and Reflect.
Yeah,
and we'll take it to every level of our lives. Yeah, we'll of course continue to focus on the market.
Yes, yes,
and lots of things going on. But we value everybody that joins us and comments and is. Join us any level and sharing their lives with us and letting us be a part of yours. So thanks.
Thank you all so much,
week, friends.
Take care. Bye.